G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the update to the GT Edition Extreme Z area that features the new stage which you can get the Extreme Z Awakening for INT Giant Ape Vegeta. Now Vegeta and his EZA look pretty decent. It's an interesting EZA, I definitely think it's okay. You will need Vegeta before you can take on the stage, and the roster of units you can use is incredibly limited. You will need to have some of the free-to-play GT heroes or GT bosses units, unless you obviously want to run essentially any of the summonable characters you have. Now, things have changed for stage 4. Previously, you would have to choose a left or right hand path, but now everything is done super simple and direct. Now, Vegeta GT or Giant Ape is pretty decent. His EZA actually honestly looks pretty good. He has a guard mechanic when his HP is above 50% health, which honestly speaking is not bad. It's a pretty straightforward guard mechanic, a pretty simple passive, but I think overall it's actually a pretty decent boost for Vegeta. I think ultimately at the end of the day it looks pretty good on him. I think he'll have a pretty good EZA, and Giant Ape form, or Giant form I should say, definitely needs whatever boost it can get. It's not really the most consistent category, as we all know. Now obviously before you take on this event, like I said, you're going to want to grab Vegeta, but you're probably going to want to grab Goku and Rildo as well from the DB story event. Vegeta is pretty straightforward, and because we have access to some pretty decent free-to-play units, we'll be taking on the second difficulty pretty much straight away. However, what I do suggest is taking on the first difficulty, completing that 6 times to get the appropriate medals, and then Extreme Z Awakening your Vegeta and then taking on the next step. It will just help you with dealing with the increase in difficulty. As you can see, we're electing to use only free-to-play characters. It's not a terribly hard stage, so you shouldn't have any major issues with it. So you should be able to get through it pretty easily. Now you need to do the first difficulty for the bronze and silver medals. You will need 12 bronze and 20 silver, and for the gold and rainbow medals, 40 silver, and for the gold and rainbow medals you'll need 15 of or 30 of each. What that means is you're going to have to complete each difficulty 6 times in total. Now if you get a question mark, if a question mark appears on your map when you spawn in, you will have the chance to go to, or you will automatically go on Nimbus across to a separate lane and get double medals. This should occur at least once hopefully for you, so you should only have to run each difficulty 5 times, but if you don't get lucky then you're looking at running it a total of 6 times. Now the missions for this stage are also pretty simple. The majority of the missions are relying on you simply completing the stage a set number of times. It doesn't matter on which difficulty. And the other mission involves you obviously fully Extreme Z Awakening Vegeta. As you can see, we're using the tech free-to-play Goku as our lead, and you should see that most units are running fine underneath them. I did auto battle pretty much all of this, and I had no real issues at all in terms of getting it done. So for most players you shouldn't really have any major issues. It may just take you a little while depending on what your roster is, but across the board it's pretty straightforward. So like I said, do the first difficulty 6 times and the second difficulty 6 times, and then you're basically ready to go, and you should have enough medals to Extreme Z Awaken Vegeta. What we're going to do is we're going to skip ahead to where I have the medals to Extreme Z Awaken Vegeta, and we're going to Extreme Z Awaken him, and then just discuss a little tip that I give all players. And that tip is pretty simple. The big tip is that you should get a second copy of Vegeta and push him to super attack level 5, so when you Extreme Z Awaken your copy or your main copy of Vegeta, you can feed that second copy into him and max out his super attack level without investing any Kais. As you can see here, we have enough medals to Extreme Z Awaken Vegeta, and like I said, when you train him, make sure that you have the second copy at SA level 5 so that you can train it in and get a max SA level Vegeta. But that's going to be it for me. We'll take a look at how good he is in a separate video. Bye.